afternoon. My name is Kyle Santorini.
I'm Stephanie Applegate.
I'm Kenzie Miller.
And today we're going to be talking about electronic device use in the college classroom.
To give everyone a brief overview, our purpose of this project was to evaluate the electronic policy used here at Dickinson in order to give the faculty the data so they can decide whether or not they would like to change the policy. Towards the end of our presentation, we'll be offering some recommendations, but the main focus of our presentation will be on the research we gathered from the peer-reviewed articles, the similar school policies, the surveyed from the faculty as well as the peers, and the iPad project. As for the 15 peer-reviewed articles, there were benefits as well as drawbacks. The benefits included increased class communication because students, even if they were shy or they didn't participate very much, they had an increased access to academic resources and activities so they felt more comfortable participating. As for the drawbacks, there was longhand versus type notes. In one of the articles, it discussed a study where they had 50 students take notes by hand and the other half type them, and they found that students who typed the notes scored lower on conceptual questions asked later on. As for multitasking, the one article discussed how the effects of, it's mentioned in the literature of complex learning, but we have to focus on the results when the complex learning and the simple factual learning are the ones being affected the most.
So for this review, we also wanted to know what other schools were doing. So we looked at a total of 37 other liberal arts colleges, including Dickinson College, and found that 20 of the 37 use a policy that they let their professors determine whether or not computers are allowed in their classroom. Here at Dickinson College, we use the same policy, but any student with a registered disability through the Disabilities Office is allowed to use a computer in the classroom no matter what. So we also took a look at our peers and what they had to say. We interviewed a total of 146. When looking at texting in the classroom, 65% of students text in the classroom. When you break this down by school, by year, the freshmen, first years, they text 65% or 75% of the time, pardon me, which is the most out of all 4 years. And then when asked on a scale of 1 to 5 how distracting other computers are around them, 68% reported being distracted even slightly. And then when asked how long they spend off topic on electronic devices per class, on average 8 minutes out of a 50-minute class per student are spent off topic.
We also interviewed 52 faculty here at Dickinson to see what they thought about computer use in the classroom, and we found that there were 4 main policies described by the professors here. However, we noticed that when you look at the graph, the policies are fairly evenly distributed with not a very clear favorite. But the most popular with 30% was that professors allowed laptops in the classroom no matter what. And then second, only by 27%, is laptops are forbidden except for students with disabilities. And then a case-by-case situation with only special permission from the professor, and then a couple of professors, as you can see on the far left, far right. 25% picked no formal policy. We also evaluated the faculty feedback on the iPad project here at Dickinson, which is an initiative to bring tablet technology into the classrooms and see how they work in different classroom environments. This research is different than research that we presented so far because every faculty member that participated in the project did so voluntarily, and every student was given a tablet, so everybody was on the same playing field. The benefits, as you can see from our graph, are that the tablets were efficient for in and out of class activities, collaboration, and for grading, and that they were convenient. And the 2 drawbacks that professors noted were that they experienced technical difficulties and that they were distracting to students. And then at the top you can see the professors who participated, their name, and their department.
So as for our recommendations, incorporating electronic devices in the classroom can be beneficial, but students and faculty must work together to find that equal playing ground. And researchers also suggest that encouraging students to take notes by hand and rather than typing them can improve their conceptual learning.
Finally, we would also suggest that more research be done on this topic because there's not a whole lot known, as you can see. However, we would like to mention that maybe doing more research on texting specifically would be valuable because, as you saw from our graphs, texting is a huge problem, at least here at Dickinson. We think that more research on these topics would allow the faculty here to make a more informed decision about a new policy.
Thank you. Are there any questions?